Please. The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Medication time.
Hey, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike, welcoming you to this edition of my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem right here. And you never know what you're going to find here when I'm on the air. So on that note, I want you to sit back, rip the top off a cold one, roll up a fatty, and enjoy this edition of Psycho Mike's twisted world of Masters of Mayhem. Yeah.
But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Thrust off from floor! And you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass!
Big Gang the Mighty from 4, and you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass on
Well, I'm sitting here jamming with the Kiss from your bandits! And you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass on Masters of Mayhem! Masters of Mayhem are in the house! The Masters of Mayhem! That's right! Any way you look at it, we're down with you, because you're down with the clowns!
No, and forever.
This is Violent J, the Insane Clown
That's too dope, and when we're in Cleveland, that's all we watch, brother. We check out the Masters of Mayhem.
That's right! Professional wrestling at its best! Masters of Mayhem, brother! You better recognize Masters of Mayhem and Violent J! Stranglemania style, brother!
Oh, yeah.
Telling you, it is your main maniac, the Ghoul, and we're all gonna watch Psycho Mike beat the cheese whiz out of each and every opponent on the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Hey!
How you doing?
Sherry, the one and only Sister Sherry Martel. Cleveland, Ohio, the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling, the only professional wrestling that has been here in the last 5 years, where you ought to go now. Bye!
We're going to watch Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Masters of Mayhem
Where you ought to be.
Where you ought to be. You're watching Masters of Mayhem.
Everybody stay tuned. You never know who you're going to see on Masters of Mayhem or what you're going to hear on MMA.
Then alongside Sensational Summer. Cleveland. What's happening? It's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike along with Team Law's Cat. Stay tuned, Cleveland. Thank you.
This thing's...
What's happening, Cleveland? It's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. Here along with Team Law's Bobcat.
We'll see that fight. Don't forget, you'll be seeing me down here in Cleveland in Madness Mayhem.
Cleveland! It's Tater! I'm
Mayhem wrestling. You can't beat it with a stick. You can't whip it with a switch. Don't even try. You're gonna break it. Yeah!
Macho Man Randy Savage, and you are watching the Masters of Mayhem in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, yeah, dig it.
Hearing all the time. What? Hallelujah! Got a brand new dance! It's called a bird! Woo! The Masters! One break!
This is the Orange Sheik. You are watching Master Maho Wrestling. Don't talk.
This is the Orange Sheik, Olympic champion, WWF champion, world champion, and you are watching Master of the Wrestling Maha. No, especially in the Cleveland, Ohio, people know Orange Sheik was a champion, and still I'm a champion, Olympic. My pleasure to come to the Cleveland, Ohio, to show all my wrestling fans. Orange Sheik was a champion, and still I'm champion. Look at me, Ya Allah. Now you know what I'm talking about. I'm the real champion. Cleveland, Ohio. My intelligent wrestling fans know about the Iron Sheik.
This is Axe Demolition, and you're watching the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Go Mike, and you're watching Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
This is Typhoon the Natural Disaster, and you're watching Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Hey, this is the tattooed madman Psycho Mike with some wrestling fans.
Hi, my name's Branya. We find girls like us watching
Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Whoa! G'day, mate! I'm Footsteps Cavalier. We're the Bushwhackers! Yeah! And when we're in Cleveland, we watch Masters of Mayhem. We never, ever take our eyes off the Masters of Mayhem. Love you, baby! Yay!
Just what do people think of Masters of Mayhem Wrestling after just one viewing?
I like it.
And so will you. Check out Masters of Mayhem Wrestling, Music, and Chaos.
Stinky fucker. Check out Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem Underground TV.
Oh!
Son of a bitch. Are we on?
Of course we are.
It's time!
I want you to sit back, rip the top off a cold one, roll up a fatty, and enjoy this edition of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem
Underground TV.
Whee!
All highlights. So, sit back, rip the top off the floor, and enjoy this week's edition of Masters of Mayhem Wrestling. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year!
Up into the ring in just a moment or two for more exciting fucking action.
This one, ladies and gentlemen, is an anything goes Bunkhouse match. Introducing first, coming in at 309 pounds out of Borger, Texas, Stan Hansen. And his opponent in the match, from Las Vegas, Nevada, 242 pounds, the Universal Heartthrob, Anything goes, anything goes. As a matter of fact, I believe I will. Whoa, this ought to be a wild and woolly one, I mean, to tell you the absolute truth about it. A bunkhouse match. Anything goes. The Heartthrob and Big Stan Hansen come in fully dressed. You notice Hansen has a set of chaps on. The only thing he disposed of was his big cowboy hat. Hansen
300-pounder from Borger, Texas. And he is a mean son of a gun. Boy, Hansen spitting bullets tonight. He fires Idol right into the ropes and down on the concrete. Look out. He's got on big boots, too. He'd kick your brains out with those. And Idol, feeling some of the wrath of Big Stan Hansen, drops that huge elbow on him, coming right after him, and now he's stomping on him with those boots. Pulls all the ring ropes, or rather the retaining ropes around the ring down. And referee Paul Morton saying, come on, get it back in the ring. And Hansen said, I don't have to do anything. Anything goes. Get out of here. And he pushes the referee away. Well, I'm not sure. I think he was saying I'm number one. And the Heartthrob, who's had a few knocks before, not one to be counted out easily, goes right back after the big Texan. And look at Austin Idol go. Bam! Slams him into that ring post. Idol wraps that rope around his neck. And Hansen goes for the eyes. Mean, brutal bout. Hansen in the ring. He's still got the retaining rope around his throat. Now he rips it off and goes right back after Austin Idol. Hansen pounding away. What a brutal one this one is. Hansen is so big, hard to believe. He's got his knee down. Looks like he's trying to break Austin Idol's jaw as he grinds down on it. Now, let me tell you, you look at Idol, and I think you know his physical dimensions. He's a 242-pounder. Great physical shape. Hansen just dominates him size-wise. Austin catches him a hard one and stuns Hansen. Hansen trying to clear his head up as his Idol. We've only been underway less than 4 minutes, but there's been a whole month's worth of brutality going on with these guys slamming each other. Anything goes, a bunkhouse match, and Idol working on Hansen with those boots of his own. Whoa. Austin Idol with the upper hand at the moment on Stan Hansen. And he puts Hansen into agony. The Idol going after him again. Oh. Follows him down on the concrete floor. Hansen goes to his boot, whips a rope out, and he's got it around Idol's neck. Remember, anything goes. He takes Austin down to the canvas. Referee Paul Morton trying to get him to let up. And Paul Morton slamming him with a couple of forearms, and now he goes after the referee. Puts it around his neck. Hansen tying the referee to the top turnbuckle. Austin Idol, meanwhile, pulls a tire tool out of his boot. Referee Paul Morton strung up on that turnbuckle, and here comes Idol after Hansen. In and out of the ring. Hansen wants no part of Idol with a tire tool in his hand. Uh-oh. As Austin came through the ropes, Hansen kicked him, knocked the tool loose from him. Austin Idol stopped him as he came down with that tire tool. And Paul Morton is loose from that rope, finally. Here comes promoter Eddie Marlin, and he pulls Hansen off of there. Uh-oh, Eddie's in trouble. Catches him with a big lariat. Stan Hansen going absolutely berserk. Kicks Morton out on the concrete floor. Slams Eddie Marlin, but look at Austin Idol. He's blistering him with that tire tool. The big crazy Texan. Take it off. Eddie Marlin stretched out in the middle of the ring up there, where Hansen whipped him into the ropes, nailed him with that lariat, dropped on him with a giant elbow. Paul Morton, still rocky, climbs back into the ring. And brother, I'll tell you, we've never seen anybody jump on a promoter like that. This Hansen, really buggy. Thank goodness Austin Idol got a hold of that tire tool and ran Hansen out of there. Hansen leaves the ring as he wanted no more part of Austin Idol. They're helping Eddie Marlin out of it now, as he was really wrapped with that in there. Eddie, okay?
Stan Hansen is suspended. He's through in Memphis. You can tell him all.
Eddie Marlin has just told us that Stan Hansen has been suspended and is through in Memphis wrestling.
Stan Hansen is suspended.
Former professional wrestler Psycho Mike, now the author of 9 books. 2 no-holds-barred books about his wrestling career, 1 cookbook, 2 books of Psycho Mike muses, 2 coloring books, an autobiography, and 1 book about the wrestling he grew up watching as a kid, the NWF. All these titles are available on the website listed or at Amazon.com. The Twisted World of Psycho Mike is now in books.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen here we go. Look at this. Look at this. What is he? Some kind of clown or something?
That's the Mighty Igor.
That's the Mighty Igor.
And he's coming to the ring with Miguel Perez Sr.
Well, I don't know about Mighty Igor. The man is mighty big, mighty powerful, but his brain is mighty small right here, and he seems like he needs to be a little help to the ring here by
Well, he's not familiar with the grounds, you know, at the stadium, so he's got to be led down the line.
And he's fighting a man, Joe Leduc, probably one of the most powerful Canadian wrestlers of all time. We call him the Freight Train, Joe Leduc. And he weighs a good 350 pounds, and we haven't got a chance yet to look at Joe Leduc, ladies and gentlemen, because Igor can't seem to find his way to the ring here.
Well, that's the reason that they're trying to escort him to the ring, because he likes the fans so much. He wants to be close to them. He wants to be associated with them. That's the reason he's always out there.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. Igor is being helped to the ring here. It looks like he's trying to find. Now he's going into the dugout. What is he doing here? You know what he's doing, Ricky?
No, I don't. I think he's going to go out and shake hands with some of the fans. Yep, he's going out there to shake some of the fans. You know, the Mighty Igor had a reputation of always being, you know, real friendly with the fans, a real down-to-earth type of individual. I know he likes to eat kibasi and all those Polish foods from his mother country.
You think Joe Leduc right now is worried about the fans? Joe Leduc's worried about this match, and as long as I've known Joe Leduc, and as tough as Joe Leduc is, I'm sure right now he's not concerned. It's Dory Funk Jr. right there.
The same man that trained the Giant Warrior.
That's the same man that trained the Giant Warrior, Dory Funk. Right there now.
Credit where credit's due.
Now you see right now, here's what are they doing here? Hugging or kissing or what? What is going on here?
No, they're getting their strategy down.
You think Dory Funk is going to try to jump the Mighty Igor here? No,
you never know. Funks have been known to do that. Now there's Joe Leduc, anxious to get this match underway. Right there,
Joe Leduc comes from Canada. He's a seasoned athlete. He's worked up in the sawmills and in Canada, and he's been a lumberjack, and he's a tough individual. And Joe Leduc can give you out a lot of punishment. As you can see right here, Igor still can't seem to find the ring, and I don't blame Igor, because deep down in Igor's mind right now, he knows that he's got to get in and he's got to face a man like Joe Leduc. And right here, this referee is trying to get they're trying to get some kind of order going, and they're trying to get Igor in the ring right here.
Well, this referee is an excellent referee, or else he wouldn't have been appointed by the World Wrestling Council. Joe Leduc, obviously, he looks like he's a man who's thinking, but this match is a lumberjack match. That means every time the wrestler gets thrown out of the ring, the lumberjack's there to put him right back in.
Well, Joe Leduc is very experienced in this match, because being a lumberjack match is right up Joe Leduk's style, because the lumberjack match was conceived and invented in Canada. That's Joe Leduc's match, the lumberjack match. It's the same with the Canadian strap match. Joe Leduc is still in the wrestling profession, and still very tough, still one heck of a man. And right here, Igor still can't find his way to the ring.
Well, he's right there at ringside now. He's going to be getting in the ring, and soon enough, this match will start. Joe Leduc, you see, very anxious, ready to go. He's sitting on go. Let's see what type of match this is going to turn out to be, because obviously this match was called for. I don't know who asked for it, whether it was a Mighty Igor or whether it was Joe Leduc.
I'll tell you what, we're here to commentate Bloody 2, and this is going to be a bloody match right here, I tell you right now. And it's not going to be a lot of Joe Leduc's blood. It could be a lot of Igor's blood here, because Igor is very stupid. And when you're a stupid individual, now he's sitting there with a belt.
That's the North American Heavyweight Championship
Well,
belt.
I don't believe that Igor has ever wore a belt in his life, because he's too stupid to wear one. But here's Joe Leduc trying to take the belt back, because you know Joe Leduc, that's his belt in the first place. Right here, you see Joe Leduc take the belt and give it to Igor over the top of his head.
I think at that point right there, the referee, Ricky Vargas Benitez Hernandez Colon de Leon, should have disqualified Joe Leduc from the start, because obviously Joe Leduc's trying to take things into his own hands and take advantage of every opportune moment.
Well, you see Joe Leduc, 330 or 40 pounds of him, putting the big boots to Igor right in his belly right there, and now Joe Leduc has got him in the corner, and he's holding him in that corner with some kind of reverse chin lock
Looks
here.
to me like a chokehold, very blatant type of chokehold, and referees should be counting him and making him break that chokehold.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you now, Ricky. That could be a chokehold, but this, like I said, this is a lumberjack match, and then again, now I don't really know the stipulations of this match, whether there's any kind of rules in this match. And right here, Igor has got Big Joe Leduc down on the mat.
Well, he's kind of slowed the freight train down just a little bit, hasn't he?
Well, lumberjack matches are real dangerous, because every time you get thrown out of the ring, you got 10, 15 wrestlers grab you, throw you back in. You never know what's going to happen to you outside that
right
ring.
There, big headbutt, and Joe Leduc's trying to take a little run for the locker room, it looks like to me.
And you see Dory Funk Jr. there, and you see a lot of men
the
trying
rock and roll RPMs. You
rock
see
and roll RPMs.
You see
Super Medic.
Miguel Perez. You see
Miguel Perez gets to look older every time I see him. Every time I see Miguel Perez, he looks older. He needs to get out in the sun and get a suntan on his body too. He looks like he's sick half the time.
just a matter of opinion. Obviously, you don't know him there. Joe Leduc trying to bail out again.
And I'm sure that he's a real close friend of yours too. And there's Joe Leduc, and you can see the pain on Joe Leduc's face.
That's fear in my eyes. That's fear. He doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't want to get into the ring. He's trying to fight it, and the wrestlers are making sure that he gets back into the ring.
Well, you got 15 men here trying to grab Joe Leduc and hold Joe Leduc while Igor is trying to drive a boot in his head. And here's Dory Funk Jr. trying to help Joe Leduc back in the ring here.
Obviously, Joe Leduc doesn't want to be there, or else why does he keep bailing out? You tell me. You know him better than I do.
Obviously, right here, Igor has drove a big knee in the back of Joe Leduc. He's working on the back of Joe Leduc's neck, and Joe Leduc is not faring too well right now, Igor. Of course, there goes Igor, hits Joe Leduc with a big headbutt. Joe Leduc is rolled out the other side of the ring, and here you go again. You got all these men out here to grab Joe Leduc and push him back in the ring. Joe Leduc has not tried to run at all in this match.
Well, I've seen him go out of the ring 4 times, and we haven't been into the match more than 2 minutes.
Well, that's because he was knocked out of the ring right here.
I didn't see that. Maybe I was looking at something else, but what's Joe Leduc doing right now? Seems to me like he's undoing his belt here. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't know the stipulations of this match either.
It just looks like he's trying to, the belt came loose from his pants right here. Right now, Joe Leduc just delivered a good right hand at the top of Igor's head. Igor is not, hitting Igor in the head is not, it's not like you're going to knock any sense, and you don't have any sense.
Well, obviously, it had to take a belt buckle to slow this big man down. And
right
there you see. Now, what's he got there in his head? Doesn't look like anything. Looks to me like.
I think he took that from Igor in the first place. Igor had that in his pocket, and all of a sudden he went to use it on Joe Leduc, and Joe Leduc got it away from him and used it on him. Doesn't look too good.
Within the rules now. As you can see, he's been lacerated.
He's been lacerated bad, ladies and gentlemen. He's been lacerated real bad. And right here, Joe Leduc is taking full advantage of the situation. Got Mighty Igor rocked in that corner with a big right hand right there. Igor is laid back in that corner right here. And I see Joe Leduc is taking him, and he's slammed his head against that. Well, he's trying to do that right there. Boom. He's got his head right against that turnbuckle right there. People think them turnbuckles are soft. Well, all there is steel and a little bit of tape over them turnbuckles. Anytime you hit a turnbuckle with your head like that, it's just like taking a vicious punch. And here's Joe Leduc working on that on the face of Igor.
Looks like he's trying to rearrange his nose and face structure there. You can see that the Mighty Igor is hurt at this point in time, but he's still fighting back. Now the fans, they're all behind Mighty Igor. They've liked him ever since he came to the World Wrestling Council, and they're behind him 110%. Now,
most of these Puerto Rican fans, they're going to be behind a guy that's stupid in the first place, because most of them are all stupid anyway.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to say that they don't have a lot of sense. They like Igor because they walk around like Igor.
Well, I don't think that's very appropriate. We're not talking about the fans, we're talking about the match. So let's keep our mind on the match. As you can see.
Well, you're talking about the match, and I'll talk about the fans. I'm going to tell you that right now. They like Mighty Igor, but they got the same mentality as Igor does. It's just like Cologne or any rest of them.
Now, where's Leduc headed for now? He's headed for the
Leduc was a little bit dazed here, and he didn't know where he was at, and they were just trying to help him back in the ring. You see, they just pushed him back in the ring. Igor's got a little bit of sense about him, whatever sense he's got. Now he's biting Joe Leduc in the head.
Oh, that's all within the legal rights. I mean, if he can bring in a foreign object.
Ladies and gentlemen, a vicious headbutt. Whoa, gee. Popped him again right in the head. He's using that head. It's called using your head.
Yeah, it's called using your head. I mean, he's beyond the point of pain because he's heavily lacerated. You can't even see his face. And now he's noticed that he is bleeding. So now he's definitely... Now look at Leduc. Leduc's been busted open too.
Yeah, well, we're going to see. And I've known Joe Leduc for many, many years. And Joe Leduc is a big, strong, tough individual, and he can take a lot of pain. And Igor, don't count Igor out either, because he's a big, strong individual too. I'm just trying to go with purpose that's got the most sense. And it seems to me that Joe Leduc has got a lot of sense. And here's Igor wraps Joe Leduc, all 40 pounds of him, up on his knees in a full-body bear hug.
So you got to say at this point in time that Joe Leduc is the worst for wear here, because if the Mighty Igor can hold this man up as big as he is and be as heavily lacerated as he is, he's got to have some intestinal
I'm not counting Igor out. I just said Igor don't have a lot of sense, but he's a very strong individual. You can see right here, somebody.
Now look, there's your good friend Dory Funk trying to get into the ring.
No, I guess somebody outside. Now all of a sudden, what's going on?
There's somebody else. There's Cheeky Star sticking his nose where it don't belong. Obviously, this was a planned conspiracy from the start.
Well, obviously, Joe Leduc has just won the match. No, he didn't. He just got a 2 count on him, ladies and gentlemen. Just a 2 count.
Maybe not.
No, he hasn't. He got a 3 count there. He's got a 3 count.
How can the referee let this match go by?
Well, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, it was a vicious match, and that's what this is. Tape's all about. This the violence of professional wrestling, and right here you see a lot of violence, and that's what you see. The LumberJack match is one of the most violent matches in professional wrestling, and Igor is still after Joe Leduc, and now that's why I said Igor don't have a lot of sense. Joe Leduc just laid the belt right across his head, and it just like didn't even faze Igor. Igor couldn't find his way to the ring, but he can't find his way back now for sure.
I know a lot of you come here for somebody to come on here and give you an answer for your lives, waiting for someone that'll come and say, hey, this is it. I don't have to settle for defeat anymore. I can rise up out of my routine. I can get a hold of myself. I don't have to lose. I can win. There's something inside me that's not going to let me go down anymore. But I'm not the guy.
Samoans are in there. Billy White Wolf, Chavo Guerrero, and of course the Andre the Giant, and many, many more. Even Papa the Giant was including in this great battle royal. And I'm hoping, Tony, that I'm still negotiating for the Giant Papa and also for Andre the Giant and many, many more wrestlers to participate in this great battle royal coming up in the summer.
Well, you know, Chief, it's been a great job you've done because you've signed up some great names like the Mephisto, Rick Martel, and you've got the Davidson brothers coming down. And people, this is going to be a spectacular event. It's going to be wrestling, fantasia, and it's excitement. Like right now, you're seeing the people over there, they're having a great time because Summer Battle Royal is one of the best battle royal ever held in these here islands. And the excitement, the most exciting part about it is good. There are going to be 2 rings plus a $20,000 and a trophy. Chief, I gotta hand it to you. You come up with some winners.
Well, you know, this battle royal last year that, you know, out of the blue, out of all these big names, that out of the blue, you know, Siva, can you believe that? That Siva Afi was the winner of this great battle royal. And for some reason, Siva Afi sneaked around all night long, and all of a sudden he was left alone there with 2 or 3 other wrestlers, and believe me, it was something that the people didn't expect. However, as I say again, Tony, that I'm trying to negotiate so that be able to get the Andre the Giant out here for this year battle royal, and of course we have the Destroyer and many, many more, which I hope to for the next. You know, we've got only 6 more wrestlers to include in this great battle royal for June the 20th, and I hope that we'll be able to get this big-time wrestler, and of course well-known all over the world.
Well, you know, it's going to be something for people to see these big men coming down to their island and competing for the prize money of $20,000, Chief. And I tell you, this is going to be like great people like Siva Afi. We have missed him a long time, and for you to get him back over here, you know, I'm sure the people feel much mahalo toward you, and they wish to thank you for bringing Siva Afi back home and bringing Rick Martel. And
now there you're talking about Ricky Martel. Now he is a young man that he's a great likable, and he's a great wrestler, and of course he's got a great follower here in Hawaii, and it's great to see him in this battle royal, and I hope that he'll become the winner. Who knows? But there'll be great wrestlers and great names will be in this 20-man battle royal, plus 2 rings, as you said earlier, and of course with the trophy and a $20,000 pyramid. Whoa, that's a great. Anyway, Tony, thank you for being with me at ringside. But what can I say? Time is does not permit, and ensure that the folks out there would enjoy seeing this battle royal. But don't forget, folks, this Wednesday night, Gil Hayes going against the handsome Roy Starr.
Wrestling. There's no need to fear. Psycho Mike is here.
Well, I'll tell you what. They just don't get any more psycho than Psycho Mike. That boy ain't right.
Oh yeah, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And this has been my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem. Part-time crazy, 100% psycho. Thank you very much for joining me. See you on the next episode of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem. So, stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do it while you can. Don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy. Huh? Hey, this is the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And if you don't want to get locked in a mental ward with me, you'll click like and hit subscribe now.
Oh yeah, I want you to stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do what you can, don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy.